Right guys, welcome back. We're off camping in this one and we're going to a different spot. So we're off to what's called an eco project. And don't worry, I ain't gone all hipster on you. Nah, to be honest, I don't really know what that means. I think it's just a bit of land that's just been left to nature. You know, so yeah. As I said, I really don't know what to expect. Where I found it, the ad for it was quite vague, should we say. Said you could put a tent up in a field. There's also a bit of woodland. You can make a fire, although I'm not intending to make a fire today. I brought my little Coleman Dual Fuel Primus stove. This is more a, what should we say, a reconnaissance overnighter, because this might be another go-to spot. I really need to mix it up a little bit when it comes to camping. You get so comfortable in the same spot. I need to broaden my horizons, so I'm broadening my horizons by riding 15 miles to a different camp spot. There you go. Yeah, it's proper humid today. I'm absolutely soaked just from loading up the bike and popping into the shop and grabbing a few IPAs and what have you. I'm literally drenched. It is really humid. We were in a heat wave last week here in southeast England, but looking at the weather forecast, it did say rain this evening, then it said rain from midnight through to about 5, and the last look I had, the weather forecast says we should be dry all the way through to about 2 o'clock tomorrow, about which time I should be home by then and editing. So I don't know, we'll just play it by ear and see. I mean, if it was raining we'd still be going, wouldn't we? As I used to say in basic training, rain is just sunshine in liquid form. So anyway, as I said, hopefully I'm going to be able to find this place. It is like the most obscure sort of random lane between a couple of hedgerows. So I'm using my What 3 Words app. So fingers crossed we'll find it. So without further ado, I'll stick you on some tunes, and I'll see you in a bit. half a mile to go. I literally think I'm looking for a gate with a lane. I think this might be it. Should be a lake in those trees. Yeah, I think this is it. Oh yes, and the gate's open. I tell you what, that What 3 Words app, if you don't have it, it's well worth downloading. It's free, and it's like, for this sort of thing, the postcode, it just covers too big an area, whereas you can find the actual entrance you need. Right, basically, for those who don't know, every square meter on Earth, oh look at this, sorry, oh wow, oh look, heron. He's like, well, who the hell? What the hell are you doing in my patch? Oh, look at that. What a view. Oh, and as I stop, he goes. And they're stacked it there. I wasn't thinking what I was doing. Right, anyway, what 3 words? Every square meter on planet Earth is divided, is allocated 3 unique words. So, if you put it in, it will, then you can use it to navigate to your where you need to go. It's really good. Say you get broken down in the middle of nowhere, you haven't got a clue where you are. If you use the what 3 words, you can direct them to where you need to go. So it says parking there. So there is like a big sort of oak tree, he said, on it, woodland in there. I think I'll go further up. I don't know if I can get my bike right next to my tent. It'd be nice. He said you go past the static caravan, so that's that. Oh, someone's blocked. This is private apparently. Let's just go up and turn around. Let's just go and have a look about where we can get to. Hello, if I can get past that car. Oh, look, a big buzzard. Do you know what? If I could get my bike through that space between that car, which probably shouldn't be there, I reckon this is as good a pitch as any, and I could get my bike next to the tent. I ain't got a clue. I really ain't got a clue. I think like another word for eco project is just I'm not going to do very much. Nah, I like it like this. Yeah, I could squeeze through there. Yeah, there's more room this side, no dips. Yep. Time spent on reconnaissance is seldom wasted, as they say. Oh, stinging nettles, stinging nettles. This is why the Sportster is ideal for this. Oh, it is a bit more rugged though. Also, the Sportster looks a bit more hipster, so I didn't know what to expect, so I thought I'd better do my best to blend in. Alright, let's not go into too far. Oh, dripping. Oh, just the effort of taking off my Kevlar shirt before I get too settled. Let's just do a quick recce on foot just to make sure I'm in the best spot. I mean, if I wanted, I could bring my bike up and in here, really, couldn't I? I mean, the ground's firm enough, but I think I'll stay where I am. Yeah, you can. It says you can have a fire in here as well, which you can see people have had. I don't know if there's any firewood or that. Do you know what? It's my first time here. I'm gonna put my tent up where I'm parked, and I'll get my shorts on, and we'll go for a wander. It's definitely a place like if you're into glamping or things like that, you wouldn't enjoy it here. I mean, for me, this is perfect for me. You know what I'm like? I'll sleep in a hole in the ground if I needed to. I just enjoy getting out. I don't know if anyone else will be coming tonight. Not really fussed. You know, there's plenty of room here for people. Yeah, that's an old plough, isn't it? That would have been pulled by a horse, or in some countries I think they use like yaks or oxen, don't they? I wonder how old that is. It must be a couple hundred years old. It's like an old milk churn, isn't it? And there's an old kid's toy. It must date back from the late Victorian age. Right, let's get set up. Enough comedy. I've just noticed, so this is the one I replaced. I've just noticed this has got a split in it, a very slight one, which is fine. Or does it? Yeah, it does. Look, it'll be alright for tonight, but I will replace it as well. If you do, oh sorry, I'm dripping here. If you do have fiberglass poles that do start to split, change them out as soon as you can, because it can cause you like pretty nasty injuries, and your hand are really sharp, and also the like splinters, but they're really long and get stuck in there. You don't want to be messing around, so I'll swap that out when I get a chance. Sorry. Oh. Ah. Oh, really hurt. So that's it, folks. The Coleman Bedrock 2. I've used this a few times before. It is what it is. I mean, it's a really good tent. I think it's like a sort of tent you'd take if you were backpacking or that, because it's not too heavy. And for what it is inside, I mean, I think it's probably classed as a 2-man tent, but you'll never ever see me sharing this with anyone. No way. I'm not that comfortable with anyone at the minute. There's just no room when you put your kit in. You're literally you can stretch out and that's it. I've gizboned it out to the max and pegged it out to the max, even though it's probably a bit overkill, but you just never know. I think the reason I sweat so much is because I drink so much water. I'm putting on some Mozzie Rep. You better believe it. I was at a bike rally at the weekend and I forgot to take it and I got eaten alive. I didn't video that rally, but I'll tell you all about why not in another video. This isn't a video for that. I'm O positive blood. I mean, do they have a preferred blood type? I mean, I'll be literally on holiday somewhere and the person next to me won't get bitten once, and I'll get bitten by a dozen mosquitoes. Maybe it's just my Irish blood. It's the equivalent of us having an Indian or a Chinese. Yeah, that'll probably keep them away for about 30 seconds. I've just found a sock in that tent. That's why you never throw away the odd sock that you find in the wash machine. It's like an oven in that tent, so I really just want to get my my stuff in, set up and in, and I'm not going to be getting into that until bedtime, hopefully. I've brought my DD tarp with me, just in case it did start raining, and then I could put up like some sort of awning to sit under. But unless it does rain, it probably won't. I mean, it is warm, but since I get this sorted, I'll put my scarf on my head. I've got some sun cream as well. Good old flex tail. This is well worth the investment. I'm back in love with air mattresses after this. Back buying this Trekology. Well, I actually hope it will fit in this little thing. That mossy wrap of spread reminds me of holidays as a kid. So when I go camping, all my bags and stuff sacks and things, I stick them in my tent bag, and then I keep it just in the entrance or the little storage area of the tent, and that way it means I know where everything is when I come to pack up tomorrow. It's especially handy if it's raining and you don't want to be messing around looking for things. So it's all about a system in it. So after using the saddle bags for a couple of times, I had to do a quick adjustment yesterday, so I had to chop a chunk off, basically to shorten them, because what I found was I couldn't get them high enough. They were down too low because that was that saddle piece was too long, so I've cut a chunk off. I need to dye that edge it, or I'll just naturally weather in. So I've taken a bit off that, and it's made it much better. As you can see, it lifts them up a lot higher. They weren't a problem before, but it just gives you a bit more peace of mind when they're a good bit higher up. I mean, as I said, I went to a rally at the weekend, and it was literally, I was thinking, if I left something at home, because it's so much space with my sissy bar bag, these two saddle bags, and I had my Vango air tent on the back of my Dyna. I had so much room for beer and stuff. It was unbelievable. Yeah, these are definitely one of the best projects I've done to date. Really, really pleased with them, and they're totally secure. Perfect. Right guys, I've put tomorrow's t-shirt on. I was just soaking in the other one. I've finished all my setting up now, so hopefully the sweaty work's done. So yeah, there we go, very simple setup. My Trekology inflatable mattress and that Snug Pack jungle bag. I can't remember what pillow that is. It's an Amazon special. Literally, that's it for this tent. You forget about cooking or doing anything in here other than just basically sleeping. Yeah, you can get your bag or your bike kit down the side there, but yeah, it's definitely not a tent that you want to be camping up somewhere or parking up somewhere and you're just going to be sitting in your tent. You can't. So that's why if you are going to use this sort of tent, I'd always recommend, if you can, bring in a tarp and maybe a couple of those telescopic poles, something that you can set up, just a little sitting or admin area. Otherwise you're sunk. On the ad, they've done like a little sketch map of where you can sort of go to on it. It don't make any sense. Let's just go for a wander. I'll take my water bucket with me, because they did say there was like spring water. I mean, I've brought enough water to drink, but it'd be nice just to get some water to put my beer into if I can. But looking on their website, they do weddings and everything here. So apparently there's like a couple of big prominent trees, because there's photos of a couple at the tree with the guests. Instead of like having like sort of church pews or chairs, they were just sat on logs. Different. Yeah, if I come here again, I think I will consider having a little fire pit, although I don't know how much is a way of fuel. Yeah, that was just for the camera, no pleasure in that whatsoever. This is like where I grew up, just outside of Belfast. I mean, we were only, what, 15 miles from central Belfast, and there was a lot of like rural farming type places, and this is what I used to do as a kid, because nobody really went out and done normal kid things like clubbing or whatever. I mean, we did when we got a bit older and that, but certainly in the late 80s, early 90s, when the Troubles were still on, you know, we found our own fun. We went out and made dens in the woods and camped overnight and stuff. Obviously never told the farmers, like, but we didn't cause any trouble. We just went out, did our thing, little small fire, cooked our jack of potatoes in foil, and that was it. We went wild. We had Ribena and then as we got older we had a shandy bass. Yeah, so when they had their wedding photos, I think they had like the logs laid out in rows, so people sat as if they were church pews, and then obviously the bride walked up the aisle. It's definitely the sort of wedding where you need good weather. You know, it's not like you can sort of go indoors if it starts pouring. Although they do say that if it rains on your wedding day, it's meant to be good luck. It poured on our wedding day, and I'll say no more about that. I just find there's something really like sort of enchanting or mystical about woods, you know, especially when they're like this sort of time of year in the summer when they're fully established, all the leaves, the sunlight sort of breaking through in certain places and other dark shadows. It's stung to death by nettles. So you could even just park your bike up and get your hammock out. There's plenty of places here to string up your hammock between the trees. you know what I love most about this place? Well, actually, I love all of it, like, but I love just the way it's just been left. It's like, take it as you find it, you know. If it's overgrown, it's overgrown. If it's flooded, it's flooded. You know, it's just, I'm lost. How did I get in here? So if you wanted to camp in the woods that we were just in by that epic tree, this is where you would park for that. Oh yeah, this would be a perfect place. You could literally put your bike under those trees and then just put your hammock just in there, couldn't you? Oh look, there he is again. He's going to get well annoyed with me. Don't know if I can trust this bridge. It's bizarre, isn't it? It's like, oh, VW camper. This is clearly not moved in some considerable time, just sat there. It's just really quirky, unique place. So that fungus there that you can see grown on the side of the tree, that's called chicken of the woods. It's edible. Apparently it's meant to have the same texture and similar flavour to chicken. I'm not confident enough to go eating things like that, so I'll leave it for someone else if they want it. Yeah, but I have seen it before, but I think it's quite early on in the season for that. Yeah, I reckon next camp will be a hammock camp in the woods in there. But thing is, that little Coleman Bedrock 2 tent, it's so small and compact that you can bring it on your bike just on the off chance that it suddenly starts pouring or you don't get the spot that you were hoping for. You've always got a backup. That's the beauty of having a little tent like that. The good thing is, without the car being parked where it is, there's no danger of anyone else bringing a car on this part anyway. I don't even know if I was meant to bring my bike in here. I think it's possession is 9/10 of the law in this campsite. Right, well, because we're hipstering at a eco project, I thought I'd go hipster with a beer. Well, to start off with anyway. So I've got a Brewdog Punk IPA. Cheers. Oh, best part of the camp. Definitely. 5.4%. Oh, I love these IPAs though. It's funny, isn't it, how your tastes change? Because I remember when I was younger, I used to be more lagerish. It's only in maybe the last 10-15 years perhaps I've become more of an ale sort of person. Especially like these IPAs, they're like sort of midway between ale and lager, if you like. So IPA, for those who don't know, this rings a bell actually. Did I mention this before? Probably. So IPA stands for India Pale Ale, and it wasn't actually invented in India, it was invented by the British. So in the times of their empire, and they used to sail to India, they used to take the beer from Britain to India. Obviously quite a long hot journey on an old what do you call them, sailing
boat, not sailing boat, you know what I mean, like one of those ships with all the sails on it, tall ships type thing. So the ale had to be made in a certain way to ensure it could be well, could survive the journey, as in it wouldn't go off in the heat. So to do that, they made it whatever hops or whatever brewing method they used. By the time I got there, it was IPA, and the squaddies who were based there, they actually really liked it. So it's hence the name India Pale Ale. And here I am, sat in a field in Essex, enjoying it. From one old squaddy to another old squaddy, you didn't do half badly. Oh. Well, I'm going to sit here and relax for an hour or so before I think about dinner. It's mid-afternoon now and the sun is quite hot. I mean, I have thought about putting the tarp up, but there's enough clouds that it's not a constant heat. So I think I'll just sit and chill out for a bit. I'll see you in a bit. I'll just show you latest little projects. So this little padded bag, which I used one of those what do you call them, like polishing cloths inside, and some matte waxed canvas for my relatively new Insta360 camera. So I just got fed up with the rubber thing. It just kept falling off. You're going to lose it in no time. So at least for this you can just whack it on and off as you need it, and I put like a little carabiner thing so you can clip it on and you don't lose it. Yeah, perfect. I don't know if I showed you this actually, this latest one. I'm not going to take it off because I don't need to. I think what I'll eventually do, I'm going to put on a longer thing, and I've got some nice leather straps that I'll use to hold it on. But I made this a few weeks ago, and it's literally my porridge for the morning. Keeps my cooking stuff in it, and it straps onto the side of my sissy bar bag, which I obviously made before. It's ideal. So inside that I've got a little titanium, it's a frying pan with a lid, but I use it more as a for eating out of, because it's got like a little handle on it, so means you're not burning your hand trying to hold the plate. It's got my Zebra billy can in there, and inside the billy can it's got the Coleman Dual Fuel stove in there, and it's got like the various bits and pieces. Also got my the cup I use for boiling water and tea and that. On this side I've got a little fuel friend. I think this is only 1 litre, but this is for the stove. Petrol wise in it. I filled this up at the petrol station earlier and wasn't really concentrating. Petrol's all over. It don't matter. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? When I bought this Sportster, it was more a replacement, or not a replacement, it was more like a temporary measure to get me through the summer when the dyno was off the road. And I'm enjoying it just as much as the dyno, and actually sometimes a little bit more. I just find it so much fun to ride. You can just like throw it in the corners. It's so I don't know, it's just so responsive. I mean, I've said this before, and unless you've ridden bikes, you won't really know what I mean. It's like it's going back to like the golden era of biking, as I would say, when it was all about feel and things. You didn't have ABS. I mean, it's got fuel injection, which okay, yeah, it's modern, but it's basic fuel injection. It's somewhere I could probably take this and anyone could work on it or retune it if they needed to. But it's no ABS, not much in the way of sensors or anything like that. It's just basic technology. And it's just a really well balanced bike, I think. You know, if you are looking at a Harley or a cruiser, or you want a good all rounder even, like I definitely an older Sportster. I don't know what the new one's like. I've heard mixed reviews on them, but they're not the same engines. They're I think they're are they liquid cooled, or have they got like a oil cooler on the front of them? But a lot of people aren't very happy with them because they've gone away from Harley's roots, whereas this is like the old. This engine, this setup for these Sportsters hasn't changed in decades until the latest ones came out. Yeah, a good investment as well, you know. I lifted these, and I thought these were pear cider, and I'm not sure if they are. I've never had these before, so I'm not too sure what they're gonna be. I'm not a big cider person. I like a pear cider, but I'm not an apple cider man. So there was red ones and green ones. Thatcher's haze. So I just assumed the green was the pear, but now I've looked at it, it doesn't actually say pear on it, so it might well be apple. So let's give her a whirl. Now it's pear. Whew. To be honest, if it was apple, I'd have just had it anyway, but quite partial to a pear cider, not too often, but that's actually really nice. It's not too sweet, that one. Some of the pear ciders are really sweet. They're like those, you know, those pear drop sweets you used to get as a kid. But this is actually quite nice. It's So just in a way of an update, folks, with what's going on. As I said, rally wise, I'll talk to you in a probably next video about that. I'm not going to go over that in this video. I don't want to spoil this thing, is it? Yeah, not going to spoil it. Anyway, forget it. Right, so those of you who've been watching the series with Terry Rides USA 2025, so he is, at the time of making this video, he's currently in Miami, Florida. He has just crated up his bike for transportation back to the UK, and he's killing off a couple of weeks in Miami, staying in various hotels and things, so there's no riding. I have edited his latest video, which is probably more than likely going to be the last one of the series. I've done about halfway, and the reason I haven't gone ahead and finished it is I want to, you know, it's going to be a lot of him just out partying and having fun, as you would expect, and I'm going to do like a montage of his last week, and then he's going home and he's going to reunite with his family, his kids and that. So I just want to finish it off with that, so that's why there's been a little bit of a delay on that. As I said at the start, we've been playing it by ear. There hasn't been a set, like, sort of, you have to have all this done and I'll do it in this day and whatever, because it takes the fun out of it, and I don't want to like ruin it. It's his holiday at the end of the day as well, so that's why I'm holding off, because the videos have all been round about 20 to 25 minutes long, which is a nice length, isn't it? So I don't want to make this video say 20 minutes and then have a 2-minute video of him reuniting with his family. I might as well make it a 25 to 30 minute video, if you know what I mean. So that's why that's where it is. But the good thing is, hopefully in a couple of weeks you'll be able to sit down and watch the whole playlist, if you like. I'm looking forward to it anyway, because it's bizarre. It's mad when you think about it. Like, it's only a few months, but he's travelled so many thousands of miles. We've had so many videos sent between us, so many text messages, so many chats about sorting out things. We had dramas with the cameras, and as you do, you know, you just work your way through it, and you face it all with a a smile and have a beer. You know, it's been a total learning curve for me and for him, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to, in a couple of weeks' time, his homecoming party. You know, catching up with him, and Aaron Black, fellow YouTuber, he's going to be there as well with me. We've got ourselves an Airbnb so we can have a few at his party. So I'll do a little video on that as well. So, turning the world leather and wax canvas one step at a time. That's my little bag that I made for my my Coleman Dual Fuel stove. So this little stove's actually been a bit of a success story. You'll remember I bought it second hand for less than half the price of what they are new, and I had issues priming it. But I bought a service kit for 10 quid, 15 quid or something like that, and it's been fine since. If you compare it to like the modern sort of camping gas stoves and things, yeah, it's probably a bit antiquated in the way that you've got to let it burn and cool down and do whatever. But what I like about it is that when I'm on my bike, I'm always going to have petrol. You know, when I go to a petrol station, I'll always be able to top up my little fuel friend bottle, or even if that didn't work, I can always drain a bit of petrol from the tank by opening the check valve underneath. And I carry a spare service kit with me, so if I'm out and it goes wrong, it's not that difficult to actually sort. So get a bit of oil on the go, let that heat up. As I said, tonight's dinner is just basically steak and potatoes, and I've got a few cherry tomatoes that I lifted in the supermarket earlier. Should really have brought some garlic or something to season these, but I didn't think of it that much. I've done pretty well so far not to drop any of these. Let's not jinx it. Very efficient, that stove as well. It does like transfer the heat very quickly. That's a lot better than anything like methylated spirits of that. As I said before, I also have one of those MSR Dragonfly stoves, but I just find it so awkward to use. I mean, it is a good stove when it gets going, but it's definitely not an easy thing to light. I'll do the first. So in order to beat the heat, I think I'll have a Brewdog Elvis juice. Thank you very much. I was about to say, it's very grapefruity, this grapefruit infused IPA. Does exactly what it says in the tin. Very pleasant indeed. So tonight's steak is a very, very small rump steak. Season this with some mixed pepper. The question is, I've got some cherry tomatoes. Do I cook them, or do I just... like the idea of throwing them in the pan. Steak in the other side. Well, I don't know about you, but if I got served that in a restaurant, I'd be pretty happy with it. So let's give her a bash. Obviously, steak first. Oh, it's nice that. Yeah, I've said this before, but simple dinners are the best dinners. That's perfect. That. What's that? Rare? Medium rare? Medium rare? Who cares? The thing is, that rump steak is probably one of the cheapest cuts of steak as well, but it's bang on, to be honest. It's 7:15 now. It's actually quite nice that the sun has sort of dipped a bit below the tree line. It's made it still warm, but it's pleasantly warm rather than overbearingly hot as we were earlier. I think I've got that prickly sort of feeling. I think it was a bit too late in getting the sun cream on when I was setting up. It just shows you that was 10 minutes and it's caught me, and I'm usually pretty good in the sun, as I learnt the hard way when I was a kid. Just found this a couple of meters away from the tent. Yeah, I hope nobody's planning on coming out tonight to do a bit of archery practice. The one with the horns is staring straight at me. Hi. I'm lost interest. Mugged off by a bull. Right, listen guys, I had a steak earlier, but that was only because I thought there was pigs here. If I'd known you guys were here as well, I would have had chicken. So, my bad. Oh, right guys, the sun's definitely gone down now. I'm probably going to get into bed soon, to be honest. It's been just such a lovely evening. I've just been sat there chilling. I watched a film that I downloaded and just chilled. It was really, really nice. The guys are all snorting and doing their bits and pieces that they normally do before they lie down for bed, so I think I was gonna say join them, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna get into my little coffin tent. So without further ado, I'll see you in the morning. Night, folks. pretty poor sleepless night. That mattress is really comfortable, so it's just me, isn't it? So after them saying the Beano rain, 20 past 1, I was lying awake and I heard the first spots of rain, which lasted about 5 minutes. So yeah, it was hardly anything. I had a little visitor there. So basically I was lying awake most of the night, and I did think, as soon as it got light, about 4 o'clock, I did think I could pack up and just head home and then have a full day. But I thought to myself, if there are people living in that static caravan, which I think there are, then perhaps it isn't such a good thing to be roaring past them at that time of the night, basically. So I just decided to lie on. It was actually quite nice, just lying listening to the birds and that. I'm not going to bother with breakfast. I don't think I've got enough water actually to make a brew and the porridge, so if I am coming here again, I'll definitely bring more water with me.
So anyway folks, we've only got a few miles till I'm home, so I hope you've enjoyed this camp. It's something a bit different to watch. Anyway folks, hope you've enjoyed this one. I have, and I'll see you in the next one. As always folks, until next time, ride often and ride safe.